Okay, so welcome all of you to the live stream that I'm doing today, and maybe all the things are right. This is my first serious live stream in which I will code in C. I'll just make a simple linked list, nothing else. But yes, I will go to some advanced levels as we proceed. Okay, close without saving. Okay, so let's get started with making a linked list. We'll just name it linked list dot c. First, let's see, live stream is going fine, I suppose. Yeah, okay, it's good. Okay, so first, what is a linked list really? Linked list, you can think about, I think I am assuming that you all guys know about arrays. So what are arrays? Arrays are collection of homogeneous data with that are stored in, you know, subsequent memory locations. Like the memory locations are sequenced. Okay, so it is sequential storage of data. But in linked list, it is not sequential storage of data. It is random storage of data in the memory. Like imagine this is a memory. The array is like this. Linked list is like this. Okay. So if you are storing numbers from 1 to 10, in an array it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In linked list it can be anything. It can be anything inside the memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. XYZ, anything can happen. So okay, so how do we create a linked list? I'm assuming that you have a good knowledge of C. Okay, I'm not going to teach any language here. There are plenty of resources, plenty of YouTube channels, plenty of paid resources. Go study the language from there. But in this channel, I'm not going to discuss any language. I'm just going to code whatever I think is important and whatever you people will tell me that you should code this and that. Okay, so let's get started without wasting any time. So I think you got the idea of the linked list. Okay, so let me just show you graphically what linked list will look like, so it will be easy for you guys to imagine it, what I am saying. You know, you will be able to relate it diagrammatically. What what all I am saying is related diagrammatically, it will be much easier. So this is the basic structure of linked list that we will be creating. This first image as you are saying. So notice with this this diagram has 4 blocks. Okay, and there is something called null here. There is a head pointer, there is data, and there is the next pointer here. Okay, so what we are going to do, we have to make this block first. Okay, so whatever you see in the diagram, we're going to code it. Okay, so first we will make this, the structure of this block. This block is a kind of data type, but as you know, there is no primitive data type defined for such blocks. The block can be anything, it can store anything, so there is no predefined type for that. So you have to go and define your own data type which we can do with the help of structures in C. So we'll just define the structure of this box first. Okay, so struct will node us, we'll name our structure node. Now This data part, you can store anything in this data, literally anything you can store. But I'm here going for simplicity, for sake of the simplicity, I'm just going to store integer literals. Okay, so it will be int data. Let's define this variable as data. And what is this next here? Okay, so as I told that in linked list, so these boxes, okay, these boxes are stored randomly in the memory. They are assigned random memory locations. So how do we keep track of it? One way to keep track of it, that we keep a pointer for every node, but that would, that will be total wastage of everything. It will just it will be it will be something disastrous to maintain. It is not maintainable. So the one thing that we do here is we are linking these boxes together. We are having one pointer that will be pointing to the first box. Okay, it will be pointing to the first box, and the first box in itself, there will be some part in the first box which will have the address of the second block. Okay, second block in the memory. Like suppose this is the memory, this is the first node. Like suppose we have second node here. How does this know that? How does the first block knows that the second block is there? We'll take its memory address and store it in this block. Now this block will know that who is the second block. Similarly, second block will have the address of the third block. It knows who is the third block, and all we have to do is maintain a pointer for the first block through which we can access every subsequent block. Okay, so basically I have to store in this part, I'm going to name it next. In this part I have to store the address of the next block. Okay, so I will have to create a pointer to the block. So it will be struct node pointer. The type of the pointer will be struct node, and star defines that it is a pointer. It is struct node type pointer. Name of the pointer will name it next. Okay, and we'll just close it. Now we have made the structure for this block. Okay, now we will make one function which will add the nodes. Okay, which will make the nodes, which will do all these arrow work. Okay, what are the arrow work is done here? Because we have just created a structure for the block, we haven't done anything. We haven't linked these blocks together. We haven't defined null anywhere. We haven't defined head anywhere. We haven't done any of this work. So all this will be done in a function that will be that will create void. Okay, so let me just comment that it will be easy for you guys to follow. So this is the structure of the block that we are going to create, and this function will do all the linking work. Okay, so we're going to name this function create. Okay, this is the most followed convention for this function name, so I'm going to follow the convention. I'm going to name create. So what does create needs? It needs two things, I suppose. Okay, so so for the sake of simplicity, let's assume that we are making only one list here. Okay, so let's name it head, and let's assign it the value of null. Okay, fine. So what does create function need? the create function will make this node. We have defined the structure for this node, but we haven't this block is not in existence in memory, so this function will make it existent. Okay, so we're going to pass in a data field. Okay, now now we have to create the block. Okay, so struct node star new is equals to, I think you guys know the functionality of malloc, so I'm going to do it dynamically. So okay, so should not write it like this, we will write it like this. Malloc, I'll need to assign a memory size of how much memory this block needs. Whatever is the size of the block, I need that much memory. Fine. Now what malloc returns is a void pointer. I'll just typecast it to struct node type pointer because I have to assign it to a pointer, not a, I don't need a void pointer right now. So I'll declare a struct node type of pointer here, and what this whole statement is doing is it is assigning a memory location of size struct node, the size of the block, and malloc returns void pointer. Now this void pointer, it is getting typecasted to the struct node star pointer so that it can be assigned to the pointer that we created new. Okay, so this line is basically, it is making it is making the, we'll call that block node. Okay, no problem with that. I think it's just name, you can give it any name. Making the node existent in memory. Okay, so now we're going to assign the data. Now new of data will be equals to data, so this data will now hold the value of this data. So okay, so let's not confuse you guys, I'll just name it D. Okay, so that it will not get confused. New of next, I'll assign it null. There's no need to do it, but it is always safe to assign a pointer initial value, null point value. If you're not assigning the value then and there, it will be safe, because if your pointer is because it's C, your pointer is pointing at some memory, at some random memory location, you can really mess up with everything. So it's better to assign it null at the time of declaration, at the time of assignment. Okay, sorry. So we'll see that if this node is the first node, if header is equals to null, that means it's the first node. So head will goes to new. Now head will point to the new node. But if it is not the first node, then we will make a pointer name temp. It will be a temporary pointer, so I named it temp, and then I will assign it to head, and then I will take it to the last node of the linked list. Temp is equals to temp next. Now I'll just link this node at the end. Now we have created a linked list. We'll make a function to display it. Okay, so we don't need to pass anything here, it will just be void. So how to display it? We need a temporary pointer for it, and we'll assign it to head, and while then is not null, we are going to print its value temp of data, and then we are going to make a main function when we are going to call the create function. I'm going to create a linked list with data 1, with data 2, with data 3, data 4, data 5, data 3, data 4, data 5. Then I'm going to display the linked list so you guys will see that I have done the correct thing. We'll open a terminal, we'll go to the desktop, we'll compile the program, gcc linked list.c, and it has errors. Congratulations, we cannot assign here. Okay, that's an error. Okay, I forgot about it totally. Okay, so implicit declaration. Oh fuck, I forgot to import everything. Sorry, import hashtag include. I am coding in Java right now. Look at these guys these days, so I got confused. Okay, hashtag include stdio.h, hashtag include stdlib.h. Okay, now I think there will be no issues. Okay, so you guys see a dot file is found. We'll just run this dot file, and it's an infinite loop. Okay, so let's see where we mistaked. Okay, so I'm printing this data again and again, but I'm not moving forward. So I'm just gonna move forward, and I'm just going to compile it and run it. The output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's too small for you guys. I'll just make it bigger somehow. Get bigger. Yeah, it got bigger. I'll just show you once again. We compile the program. We output the data. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For better readability, let's do print slash here. It will be better. Okay, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the output that we are getting. Okay, so we are done with creating linked list. More questions next time? Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any suggestions, anything, please think.